It was a school night, but I couldn't sleep. I was just lying there, flipping my pillow to the cold side, staring up at the ceiling fan going round and round. Mom always told me I had an overactive imagination. Too much YouTube, too many scary movies, she'd say. And maybe she was right. But this didn't feel like imagination. I don't know how to explain it, but my room just felt wrong. Like the air was thicker than it should be. And every time I closed my eyes, I swore I could hear something. Not loud, just these tiny, shuffling noises. Like someone moving real slow, trying not to get caught. I pulled the covers up higher, telling myself it was just the house settling. Old houses make noises, right? That's what Mom always said. But the thing is that the sound wasn't coming from the walls. It was coming from the wardrobe. It was this huge, dark piece of furniture Mom got at a thrift store. She said it was vintage. I said it was creepy. The doors never closed right, and sometimes, when the lights were out, I thought I saw a sliver of black space between them, like the inside was deeper than it should be. That night, it was worse. I heard the hangers inside rattling, like someone was brushing against my clothes. Then, tap tap, two sharp knocks, like knuckles on wood. I frutus. I wanted to tell myself it was nothing, but I couldn't. I shot out of bed and bolted down the hall to the living room where Mom was half asleep on the couch. "Mom, you gotta come check my room," I whispered, tugging her sleeve. She groaned, rubbing her eyes. "Honey, it's late." "You're fine." "No, Mom. I swear, there's something in my closet. It keeps moving." She sighed and got up, still holding her glass of wine. "All right, let's prove there's nothing in there, okay?" We walked back into my room together. She flicked on the light and went straight to the wardrobe. She pulled both doors wide open, pushed my shirts to the side, even knocked on the back panel. "See? Nothing. Just clothes." I nodded, trying to play it cool, but my stomach still felt twisted, because while she was standing there with the doors wide open, I could have sworn I heard it again. That soft, dragging sound, like something inside, holding its breath. Mom tucked me back in like I was 5 again. She smoothed the blanket, kissed my forehead, and said, "See, nothing to worry about. Now get some sleep, kiddo. Big day tomorrow." I nodded, even though my heart was still beating so loud, it felt like it was echoing in my ears. The light clicked off. The door clicked shut. And just like that, it was me and the wardrobe again. I tried to distract myself, pulling my phone from under the pillow, scrolled through the Instagram, watched a couple dumb TikToks with the volume turned way down. But every time the sound stopped, I was back in silence. And in that silence, I heard it rustle, like someone shifting their weight inside. I froze, staring at the tiny crack where the doors didn't line up. My thumb hovered over my phone. I wanted to text Tyler, but what would I even say? "Hey, there's a dude living in my wardrobe." He'd just laugh. So instead, I turned the phone light on and aimed it at the wardrobe. The thin line of light between the doors lit up for a second, and I swear I saw movement. Not big, just a flicker, like something pulling back into the shadows. My throat went dry. I whispered, "Stop it." Not to myself this time. To it. And that's when the smell hit me. Not strong, but sharp. Like dirt. Wet dirt mixed with something sour. I pulled the covers over my head, my phone still glowing in my hand. For a few minutes, nothing. Just my own breathing, hot under the blanket. Then, creak, the sound of the wardrobe doors moving. Only an inch, only enough to make me know I wasn't imagining it. I yanked the covers down just enough to peek out. The doors were still cracked only a sliver, but wide enough that I could see darkness where there shouldn't be any. My stomach flipped. I told myself it was just the draft from my window, or maybe the hinges loosening, but deep down, I knew it wasn't. I slid out of bed as quiet as I could, phone in my hand like a flashlight. The glow made my room look different. Shadows stretched longer, darker, like the walls were bending. I crept closer to the wardrobe. My heart was pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat. Rustle, clothes shifting inside. I froze. My hand shook so bad I almost dropped my phone. "Mom," I whispered. Nothing. Louder this time. "Mom." Still nothing. Just silence pressing in on me, like the whole house was holding its breath. I wanted to run, but my legs wouldn't move. I just stood there, staring at the crack, my chest tight, eyes stinging. And then, a sound that made my blood run cold. A chuckle. Not loud, not deep. Just this horrible, dry laugh, like someone with a throat full of dust. Coming from right inside the wardrobe. Tears pricked at my eyes. My whole body started shaking. I bolted for the door, yanked it open so hard it banged against the wall, and sprinted down the hall barefoot, screaming, "Mom, he's in there." I ran down hallway as fast as I could, throat raw from screaming. And then behind me, slam. This was real. The wardrobe doors bursting wide. Heavy footsteps thundered after me. I didn't dare look back, but I felt it, the air shifting, the heat of something rushing out of that closet after me. A hand brushed my shirt, grabbing but just missing. I screamed louder, lungs on fire. Mom's door flew open. She stumbled into the hall, eyes wide, hair messy, holding her phone like a weapon. "What's happening?" Her words cut off. She froze with fear. She looked at me, then past me. And the scream that tore out of her throat wasn't like anything I'd ever heard before. I was too scared to turn around. I kept running, and as I was tackled to the floor, my mom wrestled with this giant man. He was skinny and it was dark, but he was big and tall. I jumped on his back as he began to get the upper hand on my mom. It did nothing, as he threw me off. Adrenaline took over completely. I ran back to my room and grabbed my old hockey stick from behind my door. It all happened so fast. I heard my mom scream. I ran back down the hall and see the fight happening. Then he stopped, and he looked right up at me with a big, crazy, excited look on his face. I swung the hockey stick over my head, catching the ceiling, and crashed it right on the top of his head. Time stood still. His face went from a grin to confusion. A stream of blood trickled from his hat, down his face as he fell to his knees. I watched as he lost consciousness, and my mom yanked at my shirt as we ran out of the house. We ran to the house across the street. We banged on the Jeffersons' door and explained everything. They called the cops as we watched out of the window, our front door wide open. I wondered if I hit him so hard, he would be there when the cops show up, or would he run out of the back door and I'd never see him again? A few minutes went by as I kept my eyes fixed on the front door. A tall, skinny figure stumbles out, holding his head. My breathing was heavy, my mom and the Jeffersons all watching from behind me. He looks over and shoots us a friendly wave like he was taunting us. A sense of relief comes over me as I hear the cop sirens. He continued to stand there for a second, just watching us, before he looked up the street and ran off into the night,